Well, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's really important for you to know what are the 5C's of entrepreneurial success.
I follow something called 5C's. As an entrepreneur, the first thing I need to do is I have to connect with people around me. As an entrepreneur, those who stay isolated, they become outdated. I should be convincing my numbers, my logic, my story. When you fail to convince people with your story, with your numbers, people won't value you. I keep telling my team, there's nothing called good decisions, bad decisions. It's all about taking decisions. You take decisions, you make decisions. So whenever I was down, when my revenues were not doing well, I started conducting YouTube and Facebook live every night between 9 to 10. Over 100,000 people used to watch every night. And that changed our entire business. You connect with people. The whole world may not trust you. But as an entrepreneur, you should have the conviction. In fact, my own parents didn't trust me when I started Indian Money.
A job is where you work for someone else's dreams. An entrepreneur is the one who works for his as well as others' dreams. Well, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's really important for you to know what are the 5C's of entrepreneurial success. And today, to discuss this, I have with me the CEO and founder of Indian Money's Freedom App, Mr. C.S. Sudheer. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome to yet another brand new video where we are going to take a lot of insights from you. Before I delve into what are the 5C's of entrepreneurial success, I need you to talk a little bit about what is entrepreneurship,
I think, see, as an entrepreneur, you look at a path which is unexplored. That's the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman.
Yes, that's actually what I wanted to ask.
As an entrepreneur, you take up an unexplored path. As a businessman, you kind of copy.
Yes.
You know this is going to work. I just do it. Entrepreneur takes that extra risk of moving in an unexplored path. And then, as an entrepreneur, you try to solve a larger problem. Any entrepreneur you have seen, you noticed, they're trying to solve a large problem. They're trying to fill a big gap. They're trying to find solutions to existing problems. Or they are thinking out of the box to make everyone's life better. Someone says, I'll take you to Mars. Someone says, I will organize world's information. Someone says, I'm going to get you a taxi as soon as you a click of a button. Right? I'll get you the food, a click of a button. I mean, this is entrepreneurship.
And someone says that I'll get you the double F, the F freedom, the financial freedom.
We'll add an extra F to everyone's freedom.
Yes.
I think as an entrepreneur, you commit your life to that. Right? You try to solve a larger problem. But as an entrepreneur, when you start doing this, right, it is like it's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. Sometimes what you start, you won't be able to finish in your lifetime.
Yes, definitely.
It is a multi-generation
journey.
It's not going to happen overnight. It takes time. You need to have patience. Unfortunately, in the last 10 years, things have changed. Oh, you're running a company for the last 10 years. Oh, that's too much. Tata is there for more than a century.
Yes.
I'm running Freedom for the last 14 years. It's a long way to go. I started when I was 22, I'm 36 now. Dhirubhai Ambani didn't build Reliance overnight. In fact, I read somewhere Mukesh Ambani saying when he joined his father's business at the age of 20, Reliance was doing only about 20 crore revenue annually.
Yeah.
So it's a long way to go. It's a different journey altogether. So as an entrepreneur, to build it, to make that happen, you need to apply different techniques. You need to have a different skill set. So at Freedom, my long 14-year journey, I'm no big guru to give guidance to everyone, but I can only share my journey.
Yes.
I follow something called 5C's. As an entrepreneur, the first thing I need to do is I have to connect with people around me, be it my team members, my vendors, my customers, my suppliers, my shareholders. Every stakeholder matters to me. Only when you connect with people, you will know what should be your next step. We started Indian Money in 2008. 2019, we decided to pivot from a call center model to app-driven model. I decided to connect with people. And they gave me a life-changing lesson. I conducted financial freedom workshop. I met 7,000 people through 28 workshops. They said, we just don't need money management lessons. We need to learn how to make enough money.
Yes.
We basically upgraded ourselves from just a financial education company to livelihood education company.
So that you decided on the basis of what people want.
Because I was connected to them.
Yeah.
So whenever I was down, when my revenues were not going well, I was down, I started conducting YouTube and Facebook live every night between 9 to 10. Over 100,000 people used to watch every night. And that changed our entire business.
Yes.
You connect with people. On a Sunday, sometimes I come to office just to meet some of the very serious people who work in office on Sundays. And I ask them. Or sometimes in the evening, I go to my team members. I ask them, what can be improved? You won't believe some very entry-level guy who just joined recently. He will be having brilliant ideas.
So it's important to connect with the people.
Everyone. As an entrepreneur, those who stay isolated, they become outdated.
Yes.
They have to be with the people. I love Anand Mahindra Shah. Oh my God, what an approach he has. Super active on Twitter. He's so connected to everyone. I think that's what makes them such successful people. It is super important to be connected. The first lesson I learned. The second C is all about having that conviction. Whatever I'm doing, if I don't have the conviction in what I'm doing, why people would listen to me? Why people would follow me? Why people would join hands with me? Think about it. If I tell you, Sugandh, I'm building a company, I really don't know how it will go. Why don't you join me? Why would you join me?
Yes.
Because you are not sure whether I am serious about it or not. I have to have that conviction. I have to tell you, do you know something? This company is going to be world's largest livelihood education company. The conviction. The whole world may not trust you. But as an entrepreneur, you should have the conviction. In fact, my own parents didn't trust me when I started Indian Money. Even when I decided to pivot, a lot of people didn't trust me. They were like, no, this is not going to work.
Yes, people are always like, they don't understand if anyone is going, on a different path. If someone thinks of an out of the box idea, the first thing that they face is opposition.
Absolutely. So conviction matters. There's a second C. The third C is clarity. As an entrepreneur, you are in that dilemma always. What to do, whether to do or not. A lot of questions in your mind. Because that's how you get the better ideas.
Yes.
But the people around you should not be confused with your confusion.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, I should be able to give clarity to people around me. Right? I should know, even if I'm asking a doubt, I should know how to ask.
Yes.
A lot of people fail because they don't have clarity. Now for me, I'm very clear about my journey. This is my life. I have dedicated my life to only two causes, two purposes. If I do it, I'm good enough to die. I think I have nothing else to do in this. Just these two things. But they're very big. And tomorrow you tell me, hey, you look good, why don't you act in a cinema? I will not do. If you tell me, why don't you set up a restaurant? I will not do. You ask me, why don't you join politics? I won't do. You ask me to start a new business, I'll fund you $100 million, I will not do. Because I know what I have to do. The clarity is super important. The fourth one is, you should be convincing.
Convincing.
Yeah. As an entrepreneur, You have to make people to buy your ideas, buy your product, buy that opportunity which you are giving them, right? If you are not able to convince them with facts, numbers, figures, stories, it's not going to work. To raise funds, I have to convince people.
Yes.
To hire an employee, I have to convince people. To sell my product, I have to convince people. For everything, I have to convince you. So I should be convincing my numbers, my logic, my story. When you fail to convince people with your story, with your numbers, people won't value you.
Yes.
There's a fourth one. The fifth C is, as an entrepreneur, you're on a long journey. But every day, in every transactions you should close them. In fact, in the computer technology, so what happens? Whenever I make a request to my server,
Yes.
that request should be closed, whether I reject or accept,
Yes.
and that connection should be closed. Otherwise, it will put unwanted burden on the server. Similar way, the closing aspects. I should know how to close a deal.
Yes.
I should know how to close a conversation. I should know how to close a partnership. I should know how to close a hiring discussion. Closing aspects of everything I do, because you can move to the next one only when you close the first one. But many people keep it open. They're always in dilemma, whether to do or not to do.
Yeah.
I keep telling my team, there's nothing called good decisions, bad decisions. It's all about taking decisions. You take decisions, you make decisions in the right time. That is super important. So you should close the loop. Like I've seen many people, they get into 5-6 businesses. One unit is not doing good. They are okay with it. They just keep slogging. I'm saying it's not making sense. Close it.
Yeah.
I closed a business. I invested 12 crore into an insurance broking business which we started. I found that the unit economics are not making sense. 2020, just before COVID, we closed it. It didn't make sense to us. Within 6 months of starting, when I understood it is not making sense, I closed it. I agree. It was my decision. I decided to do it. But when I realized that was a wrong decision, I closed it. As an entrepreneur, you should be able to make such decisions and close conversations, transactions, dealings, partnerships in the right way. So when you do these 5, you have conviction as an entrepreneur. You know to connect with every stakeholder. You have absolute clarity. You're convincing.
Yes.
You know to close transactions, everything else. You will be successful.
Well, thank you so much. That was the apt information that we required about, the entrepreneurial success. Well, now you know the 5 C's of entrepreneurial success, and I hope that you have found this video interesting as well as informative. Share this video with your friends and family. Do good to others by sharing knowledge with others. Download the Freedom app. The link is in the description. You will get fantastic ideas on what businesses you can start and how you can be an agripreneur from just a farmer. This is your host Sudheer Sharma signing off.